At night in Beijing, reformer Tan Satong is holed up in his courtyard, feverishly writing his final memorial. His friend Wang Wu, the famed great sword outlaw, bursts in with 2 saddled horses, begging Tan to flee the city. Tan Satong, however, insists on finishing his petition and refuses to abandon his duty. He draws his sword in grim defiance, declaring he will not surrender or run from the capital. Soldiers from the Imperial Shenpu camp suddenly storm the compound and overwhelm the two. In chaotic silence, Tan is dragged away under guard, leaving Wang Wu shattered and watching hopelessly as his brother is led off. Hours later, Wang Wu trudges into the city streets, distraught and covered in dust from his failed escape. As he turns the corner, he is suddenly blocked by a stern figure. Martial artist Huo Yuanjia has arrived with a few loyal disciples, carrying his stout wooden staff. Huo angrily accuses Wang Wu of breaking their duel appointment in Tianjin and insists on settling their feud here. Wang Wu, still obsessed with rescuing Tan, shouts insults at Huo for coming to defeat him merely for fame and students.
加油！ 师傅，挑了他！不行。
Panting, Huo demands to know why Wang Wu is so reluctant. Wang Wu only spits out a challenge, telling Huo that the answer will come when Huo reads the morning proclamation. With that cryptic warning, Wang Wu turns and storms off, leaving Huo puzzled. Late that evening, Wang Wu slinks back to the inn where he is staying. As he steps through the threshold, he is set upon by a squad of Shenpu soldiers in ambush. Their commander, a grim man called Ying Si, bellows that he is acting on orders from the viceroy to arrest Wang Wu as an accomplice of Tan Satong. When Wang Wu demands to see a warrant, Ying Si sneers and signals his men to seize him. At that moment, Huo Yuanjia suddenly appears again. With a single motion, Huo deflects the flying projectile and attacks the soldiers, staff swinging in a storm of force. In the chaos, Wang Wu ducks away to safety while Huo holds off the troops. Ying Si's men break and flee, realizing too late that the man they fought was no ordinary fighter. The next morning, Huo Yuanjia stands quietly by the city gate as a new notice is posted to the wall. It lists the 6 gentlemen of the Wuxu reform as officially arrested or executed, including Tan Satong. Reading the proclamation, Huo's face goes pale. He finally understands why Wang Wu has been desperate to help Tan. As he turns away in anger and concern, his young disciple Lu Zhensheng hurries up. Lu, whom Huo had earlier arranged to replace him in a minor official post, reports urgently that Tan Satong has been lodged in the Ministry of Justice prison under Lu's own supervision. More importantly, Lu reveals that Ying Si deliberately spread false information that Tan was being held elsewhere, a trap meant to lure Wang Wu into springing it. Huo vows silently to help, whatever the cost. Late that day, Wang Wu convenes at the Luoyang Guildhall with his sworn brothers, fellow outlaws and martial artists united by oath. He shares the news: Tan Satong will be imprisoned in the city jail that night, and they resolve to storm the prison and rescue him before dawn. Under cover of darkness, Wang Wu leads his men to the stone walls of the Ministry of Justice prison. They find the guards surprisingly light, just a handful of soldiers stand watch. The brothers prepare to break down the gate and fight their way in. Unbeknownst to them, Huo Yuanjia has slipped ahead. Emerging from the shadows, he intercepts Wang Wu just outside the jail. He pleads with Wang Wu not to rush into a trap. Wang Wu, still distrustful after the ambush, attacks Huo in fury. Huo barely blocks the blow, and swiftly explains everything. Ying Si set the trap, the alarm is likely to bring reinforcements, and Tan is already in their allies' custody. Realizing Huo speaks truth, Wang Wu reluctantly withdraws. He calls off the raid just as the rest of the brothers surge forward. Disappointed murmurs break as the men retreat into the night, swearing that the rescue must be attempted another way. Wang Wu is not deterred. He orders a few men to keep watch at the prison gate all night. They witness what they hoped. At midnight, the Shenpu guards rotate out, leaving the courtyard almost empty. Convinced that Huo's warning was genuine, Wang Wu smiles grimly. He sends word through Huo's companion Lu Zhensheng to arrange a secret meeting with Tan Satong in the cell. Lu worries aloud that storming the jail could imperil Huo's family back home, but Huo immediately volunteers to take full responsibility for any consequences. With a plan in place, the rescue is set for 2 nights later, but first, Huo demands one more contest. Before parting, Huo Yuanjia and Wang Wu make one last agreement: they will fight each other as allies once their mission is done. Huo suggests they duel at dawn on the embankment near the Yantian Tower to settle any remaining score. Wang Wu agrees, swearing to return and fulfill the fight. At dawn the next day, the two meet under the open sky on the northern city rampart. At last, Wang Wu slashes downward, then deliberately drops to one knee before Huo's feet. Panting, he declares himself Huo's sworn brother and lays his life in Huo's hands. Huo Yuanjia studies Wang Wu's bowed head for a tense moment, then gently clasps his shoulder. He too kneels and grasps Wang Wu's hand in a seal of brotherhood. In that instant, a solemn understanding passes between them. They are bound together, and Huo has silently promised to protect Wang Wu and Tan Satong's cause. Huo Yuanjia and Wang Wu sit at a secluded corner table, tension evident in their body language. Wang Wu leans forward, proposing a bold rescue plan, one that involves him faking his own death to create a diversion. His voice is steady, but his eyes burn with urgency and sorrow. Huo Yuanjia, however, remains cautious. He understands that Tan Satong is more than a reformer, he is a symbol, and acting rashly could cost them everything. The two men, once perfectly aligned in purpose, now begin to differ in approach, sowing the seeds of later conflict. Later that day, the two visit Lu Zhensheng, a low-ranking but sympathetic official within the Qing court. Lu Zhensheng, despite knowing the immense danger, agrees to help. He explains that he once believed in the reform but now sees that only action, not words, can drive real change. His support provides them with insider access to the prison layout and guards' rotation schedule, which becomes vital for the rescue plan. Night has fallen, and with Lu's help, Huo Yuan Jia and Wang Wu are smuggled into the prison's lower levels. They pass rows of cells filled with petty criminals before reaching a secluded, heavily guarded chamber, Tan Satong cell. He appears calm, seated cross-legged, eyes closed in meditation. When they tell him the plan to escape, Tan listens quietly, then delivers a cold but resolute refusal. He insists he must first retrieve a secret imperial decree hidden in his residence, a document that could vindicate their cause and expose corrupt elements within the court. For Tan, martyrdom is not the goal, justice is. Huo Yuan Jia realizes Tan is not afraid to die, but determined to die meaningfully. Wang Wu departs alone, cloaked in black, slipping through narrow alleys and avoiding city patrols. He reaches Tan Satong's home, now under surveillance, and uses the rooftops to gain entry. In the master's study, Wang Wu uncovers a hidden compartment beneath a stone lion statue, retrieving a scroll wrapped in silk. Wang Wu returns to the prison with the decree, presenting it to Huo Yuan Jia with a sense of triumph. But instead of moving forward with the rescue, Huo suddenly strikes Wang Wu with a single, precise blow that renders him unconscious. With Lu's help, he ensures Wang Wu is carried to safety. Dawn breaks over Tianjin. The streets are filled with murmurs and unease as citizens gather to witness the execution. Guards escort Tan Satong through the city square to the execution grounds. Huo Yuan Jia watches from the crowd, his face a mask of contained grief. As the blade falls, time slows, his eyes meet Tan's in a final moment of silent understanding. The crowd erupts in sorrow and fear, but Tan's death plants a seed that will continue to grow. Shortly after, Wang Wu regains consciousness. When he learns that Tan Satong has already been executed, he confronts Huo Yuan Jia in a storm of rage and heartbreak. Wang Wu cannot forgive what he sees as betrayal. He declares their brotherhood severed, turning his back on Huo and vanishing into the streets, consumed by grief and fury. 2 years later, Huo Yuan Jia is seen in his courtyard, now calm and introspective. He kneels before a stone tablet inscribed with Tan Satong's name, offering incense and elegiac couplets. But this quietude is interrupted by his father, who reminds him of more traditional obligations, his arranged marriage to Miss Huang. Though Huo agrees to move forward with the wedding, it's clear his spirit remains entangled with the past and the unresolved future of his country. On the day of his wedding, Jingwu Hall is decorated with lanterns and banners. Guests begin to gather, and Huo Yuan Jia dons a ceremonial robe. But before the procession can begin, a stranger arrives, a young man wielding a 3-section staff. His stance is aggressive but refined, a clear invitation to duel. Huo Yuan Jia reunites with his old disciple, Huang Wenfa, who has just returned from Southeast Asia. Their meeting is cut short when Lu Zhensheng arrives with grim news. The legendary swordsman Wang Wu has been arrested by foreign forces for attacking an official church suspected of wrongdoing. Tension builds as Huo realizes Wang Wu may not survive. Determined to intervene, Huo prepares to leave for Beijing. His father Huo Ndi and elder brother Huo Yuandong confront him. They argue that revenge or interference is dangerous and futile. A heated martial arts exchange follows, where Huo Yuan Jia defeats his brother, both physically and symbolically breaking from family restraint. His father watches, torn between fear for his son's safety and admiration for his resolve. Upon arrival in Beijing, Huo is devastated to find Wang Wu already executed. His severed head is displayed at the city gates as a warning. Huo stands silently before it, eyes heavy with sorrow and rage. The local people avert their eyes in shame and fear. Huo attempts to retrieve Wang Wu's head for a proper burial but is stopped by Ying Si, a Qing official who accuses him of sedition. Huo remains calm under the verbal attack, but the political wall around him grows tighter. Knowing direct action will fail, Huo seeks help from Nong Jinsun, a translator with Japanese ties and uncle to Huang Wenfa. Together, they devise a discreet plan to retrieve the remains.
预备！ 女儿来呀！追，走！
冤家肯定在里面，
给我上！撤！追！
Huo conducts a solemn burial for Wang Wu, joined by a few trusted companions. As earth covers the coffin, Huo's expression is solemn, his respect for the fallen hero clear. The mood is somber but resolute. Wang Wu's spirit becomes part of Huo's mission. After the burial, Huo is approached by a surviving servant of Tan Satong. The man solemnly presents Wang Wu's broadsword, symbolizing a transfer of will. Huo receives it in silence, understanding the burden it carries. It's no longer just about martial arts, it's about upholding a legacy. Nong Jinsun urges Huo to join the revolutionaries and fight more directly for national change. But Huo, standing beneath a quiet sky, declines. He chooses instead to return to Tianjin, not in retreat, but to build something lasting. He believes in defending the spirit of the people through martial virtue and education. Traveling alone, Huo Yuanjia encounters his elder brother, Huo Yuandong, who praises his efforts to retrieve Wang Wu's remains. He urges Huo Yuanjia to take his disciples to Tsangzhou and provides funds for the journey. Suspicious, Huo Yuanjia presses for details, learning that Ying Si has surrounded their family home with troops. Determined to protect his family, Huo Yuanjia decides to confront Ying Si alone. Ying Si and official Lu arrive at the Huo residence, accusing Huo Yuanjia of treason for allegedly stealing Wang Wu's head. Huo Endi denies his son's presence and attempts to placate them with a meal, but Ying Si remains adamant. Huo Yuanjia's wife, Wang Shi, intervenes, asserting Huo Yuanjia's innocence and accusing Ying Si of personal vendetta. The gathered crowd supports her, leading Lu to advise Ying Si to withdraw due to lack of evidence. Huo Yuandong escorts a disguised Huo Yuanjia back home but hides him in an abandoned temple upon learning of Wang Shi's successful defense. Huo Yuanjia inquires about the events, and Huo Endi expresses gratitude to Wang Shi for protecting the family. Late at night, Lu Zhensheng, Gao Qi, Di Yu, and Xiao Wu find Huo Yuanjia, having followed him back to Tianjin. They praise Wang Shi's courage, but Huo Yuanjia remains skeptical of her motives, fearing she seeks attention. Unable to sleep, Huo Yuanjia worries about his mother's well-being. Lu Zhensheng offers to monitor Ying Si's movements before Huo Yuanjia returns home. After several days, Lu reports that Ying Si is preoccupied with foreign affairs and that local authorities hold him in low regard. With the situation stabilized, Huo Yuanjia returns home to visit his mother. Huo Endi scolds him, while his mother is overjoyed. She urges him to marry Wang Shi, but Huo Yuanjia resists, fearing it will attract official attention. Huo Endi suspects infidelity, but Huo Yuanjia denies it. Despite his objections, Huo Yuanjia is coerced into marrying Wang Shi. The family prepares for the ceremony, and Huo Yuanjia reluctantly participates. During the wedding, officials and foreigners surround the Huo residence. Huo Endi prevents Huo Yuanjia from confronting them, fearing false accusations. As Ying Si orders the gates breached, Huo Endi activates a hidden passage, allowing Huo Yuanjia, his mother, and Wang Shi to escape. Huo Endi and the remaining family members prepare to confront the intruders, determined to protect their loved ones. Lu Suiying and Herman forcefully enter the Huo residence, demanding Huo Yuanjia's surrender. Huo Endi confronts them, buying time for his family's escape. Lu Suiying, suspecting deception, orders a thorough search. In the pitch-black escape tunnel, Wang, covered in a red veil, stumbles as she walks behind Huo Yuanjia. Frustrated by the delay, Huo Yuanjia removes her veil and is stunned by her beauty, but only for a moment. Urgency takes over, and he hurries her through the passage without delay. Meanwhile, Lu Xiying's men scour the Huo estate thoroughly but find no sign of Huo Yuanjia or Wang. When they report back empty-handed, Huo Endi lies, claiming Yuanjia and his wife have gone to Zhengzhou to join an escort agency. Lu doesn't believe him. Surveillance at the gates showed no movement, confirming Yuanjia's escape via hidden paths. Refusing to back down, Huo Endi attempts to walk away, but Lu Xiying chases and physically attacks him.
Yeah! 抬起，拿枪来！给我上！
Meanwhile, Huo Yuanjia leads his group through the tunnel to an old grain store. Worried the enemy might track them, he orders Lu Zhensheng to take the women to safety while he heads back toward home. As he approaches, gunfire rings out from the estate. Huo Yuanjia arrives home to a horrifying sight. Bodies are strewn across the yard. Inside the hall, he finds his father and older brother lifeless. Crushed by grief, he kneels before them in silence. That night, Lu Xiying holds a celebratory feast with Yamamoto and Herman, assuming Huo Yuanjia will soon be captured. Yamamoto, eager to fight Yuanjia, abstains from drinking in preparation for a duel. Elsewhere, Lu Zhensheng learns of Lu's location and vows revenge. Though Gao Qi offers to join him, Yuanjia stops them, reminding them that the women still need protection. Armed with Wang Wu's blade, Huo Yuanjia arrives at the inn where Lu Xiying, Yamamoto, and Herman are waiting. Lu has prepared a trap. 4 death row prisoners, each a skilled martial artist, promised a pardon if they can kill Yuanjia. The 4 surround him in the courtyard and launch a simultaneous attack.
这个人又是什么武器？和使锤的是一伙的。哎！山本，霍元甲， 那好。哈哈哈哈哈哈！